Guess you better slow that Mustang down.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best makeover scenes and total character transformations in film.
Let's see your face.
Is that good or bad?
It's good.
We are not including male characters in this list. Number 30, Edna TurnbladHairspray. Inspired by the changing times, irrepressible dancing teen Tracy Turnblad convinces her reclusive mother to embrace the world again. Of course, she does so through song. In Welcome to the 60s, Tracy takes her mom Edna on a whirlwind adventure to a dress shop where she's outfitted in the latest fashion.
The future's got a million roads for you to choose, but to walk a little taller in some high-heel shoes. And once you find a style that makes you feel like new, something fresh, something new.
Edna's glittering makeover is easily one of the movie musical's peppiest numbers. You can just feel her become more confident. Since the original 1988 flick, the character has traditionally been played by an actor in drag. While John Travolta's performance is a bit uncanny at times, that's kind of what makes it all the more memorable.
Your mama's looking at herself and wondering, where you been? Your mama's lit, she's all aglow. Your mama wants you holding back, and mama's gotta let go, go, go.
Number 29, Velma Dinkley, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. Like with most cinematic makeovers, it's kind of hard to seriously believe that the person, in this case Linda Cardellini, is not attractive to begin with. But you can chalk that one up to movie magic. Hiding from her crush, the nerdy, bespectacled, orange sweater-wearing Velma Dinkley is terrified she can't live up to his idea of her.
But I'm more comfortable in the world of logic and facts. And I'm not hot.
With a little help from Daphne, she ditches her signature look. She transforms herself into a 60s-inspired, catsuit-wearing, high-heel-stomping international woman of mystery.
Who's your mommy?
My mommy?
It's clear she's not all that comfortable, but it's a striking look nonetheless. Number 28, Tess McGill, Working Girl. Melanie Griffith stars as a secretary in a corporate office who just wants to be taken seriously. While her loud clothing, chunky jewelry, and skyscraping hairdos are of the times, she realizes she'll need to ditch them all to continue her ruse as a big-time executive.
And as such, we have a uniform. Simple, elegant, impeccable. Dress shabbily, they notice the dress. Dress impeccably, they notice the woman. Coco Chanel.
She gets her equally 80s-tastic friend, played by Joan Cusack, to lop off most of her locks. It may just be hair, but paired with more toned-down clothes, the impact is immediate. Interestingly, she still stands out from the crowd of other professional women, appearing more traditionally feminine. Case in point, her new look catches the eye of a potential suitor. Because, of course it does.
You're the first woman I've seen in one of these damn things that dresses like a woman, not like a woman thinks a man would dress if he was a woman.
Thank you, I guess.
Number 27, Andy Sachs, The Devil Wears Prada. Anne Hathaway plays Andy, personal assistant to the vicious and devastatingly stylish fashion editor Miranda Priestley. Her muted, trend-ignorant style and sneering condescension toward the industry doesn't do her any favors, so she goes to the magazine's art director Nigel. Stanley Tucci milks the scene for all it's worth as his character begrudgingly fixes her up with a whole new wardrobe.
It might fit. It might. Okay, now Chanel, you're in desperate need of Chanel. Darling, shall we? We have to get to the beauty department, and God knows how long that's going to take.
Watching her stomp back into the office with the Chanel boots, yes, the Chanel boots, to Emily Blunt's character's stunned look is nothing short of exhilarating. It's got to be the greatest revenge moment since Julia Roberts told off that snooty salesperson in Pretty Woman. More on that later.
Are you wearing the
Chanel boots? Yeah, I am.
You look good.
Number 26, Olive Pendergast, Easy A. A series of misunderstandings and white lies about her personal life leads to Olive Pendergast being ostracized from some peers. Conveniently, the kids are reading The Scarlet Letter in English class. Taking a page from Hester Prynne herself, Olive decides to live up to her newfound unintended reputation and wear the most school-inappropriate outfit ever. She stitches a big red A into a provocative top and struts across her high school without shame. Although this probably isn't the best solution to her problem, and arguably contributes to making it bigger, it's certainly the most iconic one.
Hey, Anson.
Hey.
I just realized the funniest thing. My name is an anagram for I love.
It's moments like this that made the movie's lead, Emma Stone, a star. Number 25, Selena Kyle, Batman Returns. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman is unforgettable. From her cool one-liners to her skills with a whip, it's easy to forget how she starts the movie. We're introduced to Selena Kyle as the frazzled, glasses-wearing assistant to Christopher Walken's creepy business mogul.
Go ahead. Intimidate me. Bully me if it makes you feel big. I mean, it's not like you can just kill me.
Actually, it's a lot like that.
She's a meek pushover whose mother is constantly bothering her. It's only after her evil boss pushes her from a high window and she's licked back to life by a bunch of alley cats that she finds her new identity as Gotham City's feline avenger. Relative to some of the other entries on this list, it's a shockingly brutal and gross makeover, but the result is everything.
I don't know whether to open fire or fall in love.
You poor guys. Always confusing your pistols with your privates.
Number 24, Helen Tasker, True Lies. This spy comedy stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Helen, a bored woman in the middle of a midlife crisis and desperate for some excitement. She's completely unaware that her husband is a secret agent. To spice up their stalled marriage, he tricks her into thinking she's being recruited by a shadowy spy organization.
There's only one solution to your problem, Mrs. Tasker.
You must work for us.
What are you doing, Harry?
Just giving her a little assignment.
You gotta be shitting me.
She wants a little adventure.
Her task is to seduce an enemy. Before meeting up with this mystery man, Helen realizes she's dressed all wrong for the part. She rips her dress to shreds until it's a bit more sultry and flattering, and throws a handful of water in her hair. You can't say she wasn't ready to serve her country.
My name is Michelle. Carl thought you'd like me.
Number 23, Katie Haron, Mean Girls. What starts out as an experiment to infiltrate the most popular clique at North Shore High soon sees transfer student Katie Haron in over her head. Her new friends give her a makeover, and it seems to turn her into a pinker and prettier Frankenstein's monster.
Because being with the plastics was like being famous. People looked at you all the time, and everybody just knew stuff about you.
Becoming drunk on the power of coolness, Katie starts dressing and acting like the girl she's supposed to be gathering intel on. Her clothes become a bit more provocative. Her face carries a little more makeup. She realizes she's teetering over the edge and refuses to stop herself. Makeup and a new wardrobe never seemed so dangerous.
Was I the new queen bee?
Number 22, Laney Bogs, She's All That. Zach is a popular high schooler who makes a bet that he can turn even the most hopeless girl into a prom queen. The target is Laney Bogs, whose social clumsiness and lack of popularity make her a prime choice. The scene where Zach has his sister make Laney over is a classic of the genre.
Gentlemen, may I present the new, not improved, but different, Laney Bogs.
Her slow walk down the stairs as Kiss Me plays, and he realizes that she could actually be the girl of his dreams, is quintessentially 90s.
You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight.
Then, of course, she nearly falls on her face. It was memorably recreated in the raucous spoof Not Another Teen Movie just a few years later. Number 21, Sandy Olsen, Grease. Summer lovers Danny and Sandy never thought they'd see each other again, but after spending the entire school year struggling to fit in each other's worlds, she decides to make a change once and for all. Tired of playing it safe, she says goodbye to the goody two-shoes she's been for so long and embraces a greasier aesthetic.
Goodbye to Sandra Dee.
She arrives at the school carnival dressed like hell on heels. It's an entrance to remember. Ditching her skirts and pretty delicate ensembles for black leather and tight pants, she's still finding her bearings as a bad girl, but with a little help from her friends, she pulls it off.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man, and my heart is set on you.
Number 20, Marissa Ventura, Made in Manhattan. Jennifer Lopez stars in this modern-day Cinderella story that is an amazing early aughts guilty pleasure. In Made in Manhattan, Marissa Ventura works as a member of staff at the Beresford Hotel, and a case of mistaken identity causes her to strike up a romance with a wealthy man. We finally get to see her ditch the maid's outfit at the end of the film when she gets all dolled up to attend a party. The fact that this scene is set to Diana Ross's hit I'm Coming Out only makes it all the more fun. Number 19, Anya, Anastasia.
Let me go, please!
You'll never escape me.
When we first meet Anya, she's in fact Anastasia, the Grand Duchess of Russia. But through political unrest and the diabolical Rasputin's deeds, she's taken away from her family and heritage.
I don't know my last name. I was found wandering around when I was 8 years old.
10 years later, she's forgotten who she is, etiquette and all. Until Dmitri and Vlad rope her into a scheme to pass her off as the long-lost Grand Duchess. Simple, right? With their help, she gets a crash course in pretending to be someone of a higher station, and along the way becomes more comfortable in her own skin. That, and she gets to wear some new clothes that frankly, we would really love to borrow sometime, animated or not.
You have the beauty of your mother, Alexandra, Empress of all Russia.
Number 18, Sam Montgomery, A Cinderella Story. Hilary Duff does what she does best in a Cinderella story, playing a totally awkward yet endearing teenager. In this rendition of the classic fairy tale, Sam wants to meet her online crush at a school dance, but isn't allowed to go by her evil stepmother.
I can't go. What? I don't have a costume.
But you will. Are you coming, Zorro?
She goes anyway, with the help of her friends at the diner where she works, sporting an old wedding dress and a masquerade mask that somehow completely obscures her identity from everyone who knows her.
Don't you know who I am?
Of course I do. You're Princeton girl. You're the girl I've been waiting to meet. I know exactly who you are. What's your name?
Believable? Maybe not, but it's magical nonetheless.
Another day that started out like any other. Just another girl who took my breath away.
Number 17, Fern Mayo, aka Violet, Jawbreaker.
Alright, bitches, out. Move it!
The Flawless Four had it all, until a practical joke gone wrong resulted in the accidental murder of their clique leader.
1 is for witch, 2 is for bitch. Pop it, Marcy! Oh my god.
To protect their secret and ensure their safety, the girls accept Fern Mayo into their clique.
We're gonna make you one of us.
Fern undergoes a complete transformation and quickly goes from admirer of the girls to the most popular girl in school, and even changes her name to Violet.
Violet? I like it.
Her newfound popularity comes with both friends and enemies, however, as Violet learns the hard way that being the most popular girl in the school isn't all it's cracked up to be. Number 16, Vivien Ward, Pretty Woman. Let's be real, Julia Roberts is always gorgeous, but at the beginning of Pretty Woman, when she's in her streetwalking getup and blonde wig, she definitely doesn't look her best. In one of the most satisfying scenes from this classic rom-com, we get to see her character Vivien go from underdressed to perfectly in style when she returns to that snobby Rodeo Drive shop to tell them what a huge mistake they've made.
I was in here yesterday. You wouldn't wait on me? Oh, you work on commission, right? Yes. Big mistake. Big. Huge.
The shopping montage that takes place before, set to the song that gives the movie its name, is beloved for good reason.
Pretty woman walking down the street.
Number 15, Cinderella, Cinderella. Easily one of the most iconic transformation scenes in movie history, Cinderella trades in her rags for a beautiful gown with the assistance of her fairy godmother.
Oh, just leave it to me. What a gown this will be. Bibbidi-bobbidi, bibbidi-bobbidi, bibbidi-bobbidi.
Having been mistreated by her stepmother and stepsisters, Cinderella desires to attend the prince's ball, only to have her dress destroyed by her evil stepsisters.
Why, you little thief! They're my beads! Give them here!
Luckily, her fairy godmother arrives and gives her a new gown with glass slippers, as well as a horse and carriage, allowing her to attend the ball and earn the love of the prince. Number 14, Danielle de Barbarac, Ever After.
A bird may love a fish, signore, but where would they live?
Then I shall have to make you wings.
Another interpretation of the Cinderella story is this late 90s flick starring Drew Barrymore. Marketed as the supposedly real story behind the much-loved tale, Ever After introduces us to Danielle de Barbarac, whose father has died and who has long been mistreated by her stepmother and stepsisters. At the beginning of the film, she dresses like a common servant.
These are my mother's. Yes, and she's dead.
But when the time comes for the big ball, she pulls out all the stops and looks absolutely ethereal in a white dress and a pair of fairy wings. Number 13, Josie Geller, Never Been Kissed.
Josie, do you remember high school?
It was a long time ago.
Do you remember what they called you in high school?
Whether you loved or hated high school, most of us would likely have no interest in living through it again.
Hey, write a poem about this, geek!
Unfortunately for Chicago Sun-Times reporter Josie, her boss assigns her to go undercover at her former high school.
Josie Geller, you enroll Friday. Have fun!
At first, Josie, who struggled mightily through high school the first time, reverts to her old geek persona, complete with the patchy makeup and bad perm.
Hi, I'm Guy.
Hi. Yes, you are a guy.
Over the course of the film, however, she becomes more confident and is even crowned prom queen. More importantly, she learns that in the grand scheme of things, high school is just a blip on the radar and really doesn't matter.
Find out who you are and try not to be afraid of it.
Number 12, Joe Stockton, Funny Face. One of the greatest fashion movies of all time, Funny Face let audiences see Audrey Hepburn decked out in Givenchy for the duration of the film. The movie tells the story of an intellectual bookstore employee, Joe, played by Hepburn, who is discovered by a fashion photographer and brought to Paris to work on his new campaign. Joe is subtly elegant at the beginning of the film, but seeing her dressed up in the Parisian high fashions is pure eye candy that we just can't get enough of. Number 11, Loretta Castorini, Moonstruck.
You got any whiskey? How about you give me a glass of whiskey?
We'll admit it, most movies on this list are cheesy romantic comedies. But this film was actually nominated for Best Picture and saw Cher, who starred as Loretta Castorini, win Best Actress.
I'm gonna marry him. Do you hear me? Last night never happened, and I'm gonna marry him, and you and I are gonna take this to our coffins.
After having a one-night stand with her fiancé's brother, Loretta decides it's time for a new image. Rejecting her widowed accountant persona, she gets the gray removed from her hair while styling it in the 80s poof we all know so well.
You look beautiful.
Throw in a glamorous evening gown and you have an entirely new woman, albeit one who still faces the tricky situation of having hooked up with her fiancé's brother.
Thank you.
For what?
I don't know. For your hair, for your beautiful dress.
Number 10, Annabelle Fritton, St. Trinian's.
What are you going to do to me?
Give you a makeover, silly.
Annabelle doesn't quite fit in at St. Trinian's, a school for wayward girls, because of her somewhat prissy attitude. So it comes as no surprise that her classmates kidnap her in the middle of the night to give her a new look that will fit the school's aesthetic a little bit more. So it comes as no surprise that her classmates kidnap her in the middle of the night to give her a new look that will fit the school's aesthetic a little more. The audience gets to see each different clique trying out a makeover style for her, And the one they settle on is sexy, cute, and a little bit edgy. Yes, Annabelle was beautiful before, but she's got a lot more spunk after.
How'd you feel? Like some Trini.
Number 9. Fatula Tula Portocalis, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Sorry. My brain stopped. You ever have one of those days?
A lot of us have an overbearing family, but hopefully they aren't as exhausting as the Portocalis clan.
Listen, the family knows. Last night, Vicky Pavlopoulos saw you sucking the lips off his head in the Denny's parking lot.
The Portocalises want Tula to marry a Greek boy so that she can make Greek babies and cook for the rest of her life. But she strives for something more.
Why you want to leave me?
I'm not leaving you. Don't you want me to do something with my life?
Oh, yes. Get married, make babies.
After enrolling in a computer class at the local community college, Tula decides to completely change her look in an effort to get out of her rut. She ditches her glasses for contact lenses, wears makeup, and gets a new hairdo. This transformation shows that it's never too late to change, no matter what your age is. Number 8. Katie Simpson. She's out of control.
How do they feel, Katie?
When 15-year-old Katie's father leaves on a business trip, her typical look involves Coke bottle glasses, braces, and frumpy clothing. When he gets back, however, his girlfriend has helped Katie transform into a full beauty, who ends up causing trouble because she has all the boys in town in a frenzy. This movie may not have done well with the critics, with the legendary Roger Ebert particularly panning it, but we still love this transformation, even if Katie's father does not.
Isn't she beautiful, Doug? Doug?
Number 7. Ty Frasier, Clueless.
You guys, I've never had straight friends before.
Another classic 90s film to make our list, Clueless stars Alicia Silverstone as Cher, your prototypical Valley girl.
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, as if!
Cher decides to use her influence to give back to the community by making Ty, the new girl, popular.
See, my mission is clear. Would you look at that girl? She is so adorably clueless. We've got to adopt her.
Naturally, this involves Cher and her best friend Dion giving Ty a much-needed makeover. Unfortunately, this move ultimately backfires when Ty becomes more popular than Cher, causing her to reflect on her priorities and what is actually important in life.
You're a virgin who can't drive. Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
Number 6. Charlotte Vale, now Voyager. Bette Davis is one of the greatest iconic Hollywood stars, but you'd barely recognize her at the beginning of this 1942 film. She plays Charlotte Vale, an unattractive spinster who's abused by her mother, and because of her emotional distress, looks about twice her age. After spending time away from her family at a sanitarium, and then on a cruise, she manages to flourish, and returns looking completely unrecognizable. Her eyebrows alone are a before and after that would be inspirational to anyone. Number 5. Gracie Hart, Miss Congeniality. Gracie needs to undergo a significant transformation when she was tasked with the job of going undercover at the 75th annual Miss United States beauty pageant to investigate a bomb threat.
Dad, I think we need to get somebody in there.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking. Undercover.
Rough and tomboyish, Gracie didn't just get a makeover. She got an entire overhaul, including lessons on how to dress, walk, and act like a supermodel.
I'm in a dress. I have gel in my hair. I haven't slept all night. I'm starved and I'm armed. Don't mess with me.
Of course, while Gracie's appearance may have changed, she demonstrates how good of a cop she is by sussing out the real threat and saving the newly crowned Miss United States' life. Number 4. Allison Reynolds, The Breakfast Club. One of the most iconic movies of the 80s also happens to feature one of the best makeovers in movie history. At the beginning of The Breakfast Club, Allison is the awkward and weird girl who is shown in sharp contrast to the pretty and popular Claire, played by Molly Ringwald. After spending their detention together, though, the two girls bond and Claire gives Allison a completely transformative makeover.
Why are you being so nice to me? Because you're letting me?
She always had good looks, but thanks to Claire, Allison finally got the confidence boost she needed. Number 3, Eliza Doolittle, My Fair Lady.
Cheer up, Captain. I flat off a poor girl.
I'm sorry, I haven't any change.
Oh, I can change half a crown.
Considering how beautiful Audrey Hepburn is, it's surprising that she starred in several films that feature ugly duckling transformations.
Ew, what's that you say?
Yes, you squashed cabbage leaf.
She got her feet wet in 1954 as Sabrina Fairchild.
If you should have any difficulty recognizing your daughter, I shall be the most sophisticated woman at the Glen Cove station.
But it was her performance as Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady that earned a spot on our list.
May I introduce Miss Eliza Doolittle?
My dear Miss Doolittle, how kind of you.
But it was her performance as Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady that earned a spot on our list.
In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, Addicans hardly ever happen.
Oh, no.
Initially an unrefined street vendor with a thick Cockney accent, she slowly transitions into a well-mannered member of high society and is even mistaken for a princess.
Miss Doolittle, you look beautiful.
While this film suggests that enough effort and time can allow you to turn into a lady, we have to admit that looking like Audrey Hepburn certainly helps.
Come on, Dover! Move your blooming arse!
Number 2, Fran, Strictly Ballroom. Baz Luhrmann's amazing debut may not be as well known as its successors, but that doesn't mean it should be overlooked. This charming film focuses on the Australian ballroom dancing world. And in a plot somewhat similar to the classic Dirty Dancing, an experienced male dancer finds himself taking on a raw beginner to be his partner.
You're calling to me, I can't hear what you've said.
Fran is the baby of this story, and when we first meet her, she's one of the most awkward characters to ever grace our screens.
Hi, Lisa, I thought you should have...
By the end of the film, though, she really comes into her own and shows an elegance and poise we never could have imagined. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Mia Thermopolis, The Princess Diaries.
Oh, be careful. Please don't crush my soy nuts.
Anne Hathaway is no stranger to undergoing transformations.
Look, just because your hair sucks, get off mine.
But we're choosing her debut film for the number 1 spot on our list. As a geeky and frizzy-haired teenager,
Oh, this is a nightmare. I'm going back to bed.
Mia Thermopolis is stunned to discover that she's actually a princess and heir to the throne of Genovia. Mia receives princess lessons and is also given a glamorous makeover.
Me? A princess? Shut up!
Of course, true to form, when she accepts her role as the princess,
Just the only Paolo can take this and give you
a princess.
she appears untidy and drenched, proving that character, not appearance, is the most important thing. Which of these makeovers do you remember the most? Tell us in the comments below.
Hi. How are you?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.